Oh, there we go. Well, yeah, although we're going through adverts, but like, yeah,
I don't know. Can people hear us?
I mean, I hope they can hear us.
Can you hear us? Vegas updates or Alaskan spirit dancing. We're still waiting. You know, Don will chat eventually here. Where's Don? We lost. There's Don. Is she go back to sleep on us?
Don is dead.
Fuck you, whores. I made a ham sandwich.
Are we all? Can you hear us now?
I love how Don is
good.
Like, I'm dying the entire time, except when he's telling us that we can fuck ourselves. Then she's like totally there.
So I've got stadium nachos, so everybody knows basically.
And so stadium nachos.
But it is. I'm going to show this to everybody. It is the bottom, small, tiny chip, like bottom of the bag chips. Stadium nachos are when you have like. So here's what people don't know: if you've never worked at like in like a professional stadium in the U.S. or whatever, I'm sure they do it elsewhere, but you know they're there for 2 hours. The nacho stands, and they're sitting there pouring the nacho, like the pepper juice, into the cheese and warming it up in the cheese and mixing it in so it's even hotter and makes you buy more beer at $20 a beer or whatever it is. So we kind of have that, and we have the peppers on the side. I have, by the way, my beautiful Costco paper bowls. So I'm here with these teeny tiny chips and these giant nacho peppers. We're going to eat them. And when I said I was going to do that, Soth said, well, I'm going to make, soup and eat it on the show too. And so as we can see him, he's eating this. He's been eating, by the way, we do a 2-hour pre-show. So he's on his 3rd hour of eating soup. So he made a lot of soup. So
motherfucker loves soup, man. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
I did actually make a lot of soup. Listen, like,
and I've been crunching.
When I make chicken soup, I make everything myself. Okay.
Do you make the celery yourself? In the chicken?
So the thing is, you don't make chicken soup with half a chicken. Come on. You take a whole chicken. You don't take a small chicken, okay? So yeah, I ended up with like, I don't know, 4 liters of chicken soup.
Question. Do you pull the feathers off your own chicken?
I used to.
All right, there you go.
Keep in mind, I grew up on a farm, so
there you go.
We did have chickens.
Yep.
I need to get a jalapeno pepper. So
Chomp
good.
on a jalapeno.
My wife found these jalapenos and they're so good.
I gotta say, everyone's age is starting to catch up on them in Vegas, because all of us are like going to like some people are still like woo 4 a.m. but most people at like 11:30, 12 o'clock are like, I'm so tired.
We can't tell, Don. We can't tell at all.
Don,
but it's like everybody.
Have you been smoking?
No.
Your voice is a little like, smoky chick voice.
No, it's because it was very loud last night. So I'm sitting there having to go, hello, and scream to so people could hear you.
Wow.
That's why I was like, okay, my voice is gone. I'm just going to go back inside now.
That's why you were screaming. Okay.
Yeah.
You just need it sounds like, the exact scenario that a megaphone was designed for. Like, just use a megaphone. Like,
use a megaphone.
Yeah.
All right.
If shit's too loud, just use something. If shit's too loud, then just amplify the fuck out of your voice with something.
Very true. But we've been having a lot of fun.
So what were you drinking last night? What was your poison?
Buffalo Trace and Coke.
What?
So bourbon and Coke.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like something
But-
you drink in 6th grade.
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Hey, if she likes it, she likes it.
It also sounds
Yeah.
like she had a lot of it.
We're not going to talk about when I started drinking, but
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. What did you start drinking?
Okay. Well, I mean, what you
Um,
started drinking with is probably a lot less concerning than with what you.
it would
ended up
probably be 3
finished drinking
p.m.
with.
Okay, start drinking 3 p.m. I mean,
Yeah.
it's afternoon, so okay, it's respectable.
In Vegas, that's quite late.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday in the morning, there wasn't much going on, so like I went over, and at the Circa they've got a new breakfast place
Okay.
called Sagnaw's. Shout out to all my homies over there, and oh my god, it's like this brunch place. So it's got some lunch sandwiches, and it's got a bunch of breakfast things. They got like eggs Benedict and a lot of fancy stuff. But I got the French toast. So they use real cream, like real heavy whipped cream
Oh, yeah.
on
yeah.
it. And I don't know what they like coat the French toast in. It's not like granola. It's not crunchy, but it's just so good.
You're supposed to coat the
Milk, Dawn,
You're supposed to
It's
coat
milk.
it in eggs.
and eggs.
But
Yeah.
but there's something
Yeah,
else.
but they have
in there,
eggs, but they
too.
put something else on it, obviously, to go.
I don't know what it is.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
I mean, if we're talking about Vegas and talking about drinking, like I think the only way to approach drinking in Vegas is, especially if it's a multi-day event kind of thing, is you should be in a situation where you're concerned about not drinking because the cumulative hangover might actually kill you.
By the way, to answer, what was his name?
Vasilov or
Carpenter?
something.
Is this Imperium Anonymous support group? It's your first time here to the show. We understand. This show is whatever we want it to be today. We change. We have no format. This is not the meta show. All right. You want organization, professionalism. You go there. You want to have fun on the fun side of the Imperium Island? You come here. I'm just saying.
The only common thing between every show is the food talk.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. Yeah,
So-
not gonna lie, that is true.
It's my 69-month anniversary, and chat
Nice.
won't let me do the
Nice.
chat thing, so I can't announce that it's my 69th month at sub anniversary. So it's
You can only say that at 4:20 in the morning.
probably it's past that already.
Yep.
I do have a Halloween party I have to go to tonight.
I mean, I don't.
So
I don't
we're
know
gonna
about
open the
Eric
floor.
or stuff. Like, I can't get to Vegas. Like, it's
You can't
just the
what?
thing. I can't get to Vegas. That's the thing. So, like,
You could,
You know.
I mean, they have carrier pigeons in London, right?
Yeah, just tie a bunch of carrier
it's just
pigeons.
I'll just bunch a bunch of carrier pigeons together and just
Yeah.
fly over. Literally.
Or a swallow, African swallow,
Yeah.
obviously.
So we all started drinking in the hotel bar, which is actually really nice. And the bartenders there are super friendly, and the waitress was really nice too. Unlike the previous year, does anyone remember the Cosmo waitresses? I don't know if you were there that year, Eric.
No, but I've stayed at the Cosmo enough. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she was a bitch. So, they were mad that we were ordering drinks from the bar instead of them, and was asking their manager to kick us out of their area. So we said, fine, fuck you, and walked over to the sports bar 10 feet away and started ordering like high shelf shots just to like piss them off.
If they would, they have to understand. They have to meet the traffic pattern of drink requirements for a goon organization. Okay? If you're not
Which is pretty
there
high.
and you're not going to make a super highway of alcohol from the bar to us, there's going to be a problem. I don't understand.
Pretty much. But
So
at the bar there, no one knows what it's called. None of us have figured out what this drink is called, but we've been calling it blue balls because
right.
they use a short, round glass, and it's like blue curacao. It's kind of like
Obviously, because it's blue.
it's like a white, creamy looking with blue. So blue, creamy looking drink, but it's not cream. Like it doesn't taste like cream,
It's a deep
and
blue ocean.
It's sounding
it's got a
pretty
mint leaf
dodgy
or
straight
mint
away.
sprig in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a mint sprig in it. So we've
Mhm.
just been calling it blue balls all weekend, and that's what the bartenders. When we say we want some blue balls, that the bartender knows what we want, but we don't know what it is.
Don't they know what it is?
Yeah, but they just won't tell us.
They won't tell us. So there's two ways to
No,
make the
it's too
deep
funny
blue
now.
ocean. One is, there's just two ways to make it. It could be. You never know. But blue balls is better. I like it better.
Well, we've been having fun with it.
Awesome.
And then, as I said, I was trying to set up dinner for just like 4 people, maybe 5, and then all of a sudden, I ended up with 15. I don't know how that happened. But we went to a really nice steak restaurant, and they refused to split the bill for us, but
Jesus
we made it work.
Christ.
Yeah, but they don't tell you that till after you've ordered $1,800 worth of food.
Holy
So
shit.
What the fuck?
I need another nacho.
there were 15 of us. The steaks were $75 apiece.
Damn.
When we go out,
That's got to be some
They
good
were
fucking
good.
steaks.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking.
They were good.
when we go out and we
It
take
was
my
very good.
parents or my sister's in-laws or my in-laws or whoever, just me and my brother-in-law, and we just split it. Just make it 50-50.
Here's a story from one Amsterdam. We usually go with our core. That's Hogyoko.
How do you pronounce that again?
Hogyoko.
Ogyoku!
I think. I'm not Japanese, okay? We usually organize food, and usually everyone is welcome to join in. And
I think to pronounce it, it needs to be more guttural.
so yeah,
Ogyoku! Yeah.
we had like 35 people.
Oh, we've just insulted everybody, but
I hope not.
And we had reservations at this Asian place, right?
Mhm.
We get there, and they are like, "Oh yeah, we had to change prices, so every main course is gonna be like €5 more than it is on the card." Like the moment we got to the door, and we're like, "Hey, we had reservations." They were like, "Yeah, no, it's like €5 more for every main course for everyone." We were like, no, fuck you, we're not doing that. So we went over the street to some steakhouse, and we were like, hey, we see it's pretty full here, but can you maybe cram in just like 35 people?
Just 35 people. Not a big deal. No problem.
Just in a small corner.
And
yeah,
fine.
over by the
the
entrance from the kitchen.
Yeah, I gotta say, this guy, he was our hero for the entire weekend, because he was like, it's completely full, but we got this party room that's usually only used for staff. We could put you in there. We were like, hell yeah, we just want food. So yeah, instead of like Asian food, we had steaks in this
Steakhouse.
In
a private
let's
party
just
room.
say,
Hey, if it works,
35 people did fit into that party room.
Mm-hmm.
Barely.
Oh God.
Doesn't matter. You got food, you got steaks.
And you just and you gave the middle finger to a restaurant that decided to try and fuck you.
Yeah.
Well played. Well fucking played.
Our theory later
it's
was that they had probably double booked, and they wanted to get rid of us.
Maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
Doesn't matter. You rewarded a company that deserved it. That's nice.
I hope whichever group that they actually got in, other than you, like, bought like, all the cheapest shit.
Yeah, just rice with chicken. And that's it.
We went out to dinner last night, and we got outstanding service. Because we're at the habit now where we just order like all these appetizers, and then we eat a little bit, but we don't even finish the appetizers, and then we're so full we can't really eat our main meal anyway, and then we bring it all home, right? So the dude was waiting on us. He's like, "Okay, how many of these do we need?" He brings out all the little, to-go containers, right? And he brings out a couple bags, like everything's there. Dude is great. I love when we get good service. It's fantastic. Then you tip super well.
But the thing is, like, we already talked about this on some pre-show or after show. I don't know which one it is. The definition of good service is very different from the US to Europe, right? Because Americans are usually like they want to be fussed over. They want to be asked like every 5 minutes if everything's okay. If they want more to drink, right?
To a point. They always come to your table and say, "Hey, is all the food tasting great?" And you're sitting there going, like you just had your first bite of all your food, right? So, but no.
See here. So at least in Germany, it's more like, hey, I want you to come over and take down what food and drinks I want, and then I want to see you 3 times, right? When I get my drinks, when I get my food, and when I'm done eating, and I might want dessert, right?
See, we want our drinks refilled during the meal, right? You want more wine, if you didn't order a bottle.
Yeah, but the thing
Coffee.
is here, there's an understanding. You just give the waiter a sign, and he will come over, and you can just tell him, "Hey, can I have another beer?" Right?
Yeah, well, see, in the U.S., they're not really waiting for that. They're running around table to table. It's really hard to flag them down sometimes, depending on the establishment.
What Khan says that they ask if the food tastes well. Yeah, but they don't come over just to ask that, right? When they're coming by because they're going to another table, or someone ordered another beer, right? Then they ask if the food is good. They don't come over just to ask.
So maybe depends. We like visitations. I mean, it's just the way it is.
I mean, it's just a cultural difference, right?
Yeah, but your culture's wrong. Ours is right. We've discussed this. No, just kidding. We say that to each other, folks, and we just tease each other. No. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is different. It is different, and the tipping is different, right? And all of that stuff, and how we pay people who wait on tables. It's just different.
Oh yeah, tipping is very different.
Oh yeah, I mean, so since like the, I think
you guys. If you don't like the idea in the US is if you don't tip your waiter, you're basically slapping them in the face. But that's only because, there's some kind of mutual agreement that the customers coming into the restaurant realize are of the appreciative understanding that those waiters aren't being paid properly in any way, shape, or form, and that you have to pay them as part of
it's not
as
not
part
they're
of
not being paid properly. It is.
They are. They're not being paid properly, because if they were, then they wouldn't. Then tipping wouldn't be a mandatory thing in the United States.
It's a different way of earning your
Yeah. It's okay. It's a
good,
different methodology of income, right? Okay.
It is because you're working in a different way. You're making sure the customer is satisfied. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying this is the concept, right?
I have been a waiter. I understand this.
Yeah, but
Been a waiter in several different restaurants.
Yeah, but in the U.S., I mean, a really good wait person can really rake in some cash.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like if you look at the Eric scale of tipping, right? If I
good waiter can get a good waiter can get like $150, $160 in tipping from a group table, easy.
So the Eric, methodology of tipping. This is really how our family does it too. If we didn't like your service, bad service, right? Not bad food, bad service, two different things. You don't punish the wait staff for bad food, okay?
Yeah.
Or the order coming out incorrectly all the time because it's not always their fault. But if I got bad service, you're going to get 15%. If I got expected service, you're going to get 20. And if I thought I got really good service, which is, 7 times out of 10, you're going to get 25%. That's just how we function. And I know the norms are 15 to 18%, sometimes into 20% in the U.S. That's just how we operate because, that's just how our family operates, right? If we got Johnny on the spot service, man, you're getting 25%. And when you sit there and you think that we are normally a group of like 11 or 12, you're going to get a nice payday just from our table. And that's how we do it because we know how we operate in the U.S. Just how we operate, right? That's how we pay some of those folks, and we make sure they do it. There was a restaurant in New York that switched that around. They charged more for the meals, paid their people more as wait staff, and they actually went under because all the good wait staff went to another restaurant where they worked off of tips the regular way. It was really weird because they would make more money.
Well, yeah, because if you're a good waiter and you have appreciative clientele, they'll give you money in a way that you can, that you can basically sort of, it's essentially have it not count towards any kind of taxation.
Well, they're supposed to claim it in a way.
Oh, I know they're supposed to claim it, but like this is the thing about waiting is like, if for example, if someone's giving you a payment, if someone's tipping you via like adding to the bill via paying by a card, right? That is always documented. That is always documented. That is always going to be taxed in any way, shape, or form. But if it is hard currency given to the waiter, like that is kind of up to the waiter as to sort of like if they feel that they should be claiming or yeah yeah.
Eric, you're muted.
So anyway, we go to this one restaurant where they add 20% to every bill. Not that whole 20% goes to the wait staff. It gets put in various bonuses and different things. And we think that's super unfair and we try and change it there, but we've been unsuccessful in many years of attempting to do that. So we add on to that, right? We know that they get about 10% of that 20%, and so we add on. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. And we do things. Every country and things do things a little different. Just got to make sure you're fair to everyone. You try to be. If you're using somebody's service and their time, you have to be respectful of it, and that's just one way to be respectful of it. Unless you're a waitress at Cosmo, then forget it because Don doesn't like you.
If I get bad service, I tip nothing. Right? Because I know that the waiter is getting a fair wage already. He or she is like has all of the insurances. through the company.
Mm-hmm.
So if I tip nothing, I know they are still, they can still put food on the table. We only really tip, small amounts. I'd say like 5%, maybe 10. What usually happens is that you round up, right? So it's easier to change. Makes it easier
Yeah.
for both sides, and it's a bit of a tip as well.
Oh yeah, it's pretty simple. So okay, number one, somebody called me a boomer. Okay, let me be clear. I am not a boomer. I'm Gen X. So, so we're Gen X. Get over it. If you tip nothing, nah. Okay, so one of the things we have to cover is what the hell is in your soup? You said, well, it's almost not a soup. You said it's almost something else, and that confused us.
No.
And then you went to Google Translate to translate all the ingredients. So
okay, so it's not just chicken soup, because we like to add a lot of other things into our chicken
so what
soup.
would just be? Let's level set. What is chicken soup? Bare minimum.
Well, obviously chicken, right? And some greens. So
greens. What are greens?
Basically green
lettuce, cabbage. What? I mean,
rhubarb. No, like parsley and some carrots and
they're orange, by the way. They're not green.
Just general vegetables, root vegetables.
They are only orange underground. The stuff coming out of the ground is green.
Yeah, but you don't eat that crap, and we all know it. You know what I mean? I'm using. I'm having some fake American blended nacho cheese, whatever the hell this shit is. That's so good. Not real
also,
cheese.
so yeah, also some celery. Stuff to give it a bit more taste, right?
Gotcha.
And that's your basic chicken soup.
Okay.
Right.
So what do you put in it?
Well, first of all, either rice or noodles, so they can soak up
rice
the
and
liquid
noodles.
a bit.
Okay.
Or I usually just do rice.
Yeah, we have the chicken rice or chicken noodle. We got there. We're on par.
Then we like to put in meatballs.
Okay, now you're going Italian on us.
Okay.
Wedding soup. Okay, go ahead.
But
little pastini.
Tiny meatball,
Put a little pastini in there.
Like this big.
Yeah.
Right.
Little chicken meatballs, little pastini. That get you,
Right. And then I really have to look out what this is called, because
I need another jalapeno. Smothered in fake cheese.
All right, so I'm going to try this by going to the Wikipedia article and then switching to English.
That would work.
Does semolina tell you something?
Semolina?
Yeah.
It's not a rice. Or a noodle.
No, it's like it's made from wheat.
No. Yeah.
Wheat middlings.
Wheat middlings.
Yeah, the intermediate milling stage.
Right.
It's comparable to couscous.
Okay.
Right. It's just a lot finer than couscous.
It's like a used to bulk things up. I think. Like generally, it doesn't tend to have a taste. So you need to add a lot to it in order to actually get it to taste for it to taste good.
And I basically make dumplings with that.
Dumplings.
Nice.
Are those Jewish dumplings or dumplings? German dumplings? What are you making?
Well, they are just made from the semolina stuff. Right.
I like when you have the sauerkraut juice in a big, and you make dumplings in the sauerkraut juice. Now that's some good shit right there. Same.
I mean, dumplings are always good.
I know they fill you up though, you know. So yeah, so what else you got in your soup here? Is that it?
There's another kind of meatballs we sometimes put in. Let's see if I can find a translation for that.
Is there anything happening in Eve?
Hey, we're going over the soup recipe. We'll talk about Eve later. All right.
All right.
Somebody asked if there's now chicken soup in Eve. Okay. All right. We have apple flavored quaff or quaif or whatever the fuck you want to call it in Eve now. Apparently, so
apparently there is no English translation for this.
Okay.
Because
hit us.
Basically.
What?
Basically, you make meatballs from bone marrow.
Chicken bone marrow or beef bone marrow?
Let's see.
Because if it's chicken bone marrow, you're cracking a lot of marrow there.
No, I think
you're being pretty evil to a whole bunch of chickens
for that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, they're using beef.
Yeah, because that would just be I'm not
that
a
would
huge
be a lot
bone
of
marrow.
work.
I'm not like a huge bone marrow fan. I don't know why.
They are really good in soup though.
Well, I believe.
Right.
There's a lot of things good in soup that you wouldn't know.
And it's not just. I mean, you don't just use bone marrow. You add other stuff as well, right?
Like bone. When I make chicken soup like from scratch, I actually just like if you have like the chicken leg, the thigh, I just put the whole thing in with the bones and just let it cook. And then
that's what I do as well.
Later. Yeah, you take the bones out later. So much more flavor.
Yeah. I let it simmer until the meat falls off the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then I take the whole thing out. I take the meat off and throw it back in the soup.
There you go. Yep, always leave the bones. Makes much better soup. I actually, for Halloween, we actually cook all day here. It's kind of like a really weird thing. The family holiday for our house is everybody has their own holiday. So we have Halloween, right? So everybody comes over our house for Halloween and we cook all day and do things for it. We have cookies and cupcakes and soups and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes we do order pizza because people want pizza, but hey. So, Mrs. Eric. Mike Flood's here. We can't hear him. Do we have him muted or something? We gotta fix that.
Okay. No, I'm just currently mixing my protein shake. I literally just stepped out of the gym. Give me a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you actually exercise. Are you legally?
Yeah, he's part of Swole. He's part of Swole Storm.
Are you legally allowed to play Eve because you exercise?
He's 18.
I'm 18 now. Eat my ass.
Still
can't get into the place.
He's old. He's eating a protein shake, and he just came back from the gym working out. There's no way he's allowed to play this game.
I haven't even. Eric,
you may be
left the gym. I'm still sitting in the gym parking lot.
You may be 18, but you still can't get into that casino.
No, I just meant the fact that he works out. He's not allowed to play Eve. What the hell?
There are plenty of Eve players that work out.
Yeah. Have you not heard of
Havish Montauk works out a fuckload. Are you kidding me? Like,
So I hear that Mike actually plays Eve. Like he actually logs in from time to time.
I log in every day. I was at my girlfriend's house yesterday and attended space meetings. And then was playing Eve. So,
a space meeting at his girlfriend's house after working out with a protein. there are way too many things that say this guy really doesn't play Eve.
So Mike, tell us what happened this week, because we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, what has happened this week? Ichinumi's fed a whole. Okay, so Shivo Shivo has been fucking Ichinumi like royally every AUTZ. Luke Twire doing Luke Twire things. There's a lot of dead capitals. Volta and RHP are still fighting. And then RHP has decided that they wanted to bat phone Pappy, so then Init appeared out of fucking nowhere yesterday.
Like we do.
Let's see, what else? There was the DY fight where Init was fighting Triumvirate and Volta. I think Init won that one because they just fucking nuked the Volta monitor. I don't know, what else has been going on? I'm trying to think.
So is anyone running those crap sites?
Yes, and they're dying fucking hilariously to Kikimoras. Hey, Pandemic Horde, please keep running those sites. Thank you.
Ding! Thank you for playing.
Any changes? Any announcements? Dev blogs? What am I saying? Dev blogs? We don't get dev blogs.
Yeah, we had that conversation last week. By the way, is this too noisy when I'm rooting through my chips?
Oh, I'm trying to think of what
Didn't
else.
hear it at all.
Good.
Let's see. Shadow Cartel exists. I found that out this week. I didn't realize that. I thought they died again, but they exist again.
They had a dev blog about fonts.
Yay.
About what?
Fonts.
Dawn wants her fancy letters. And at this point, I'm pretty sure Mittens is probably either hungover or drunk. So I wonder if we're gonna have a meta show this weekend.
I wouldn't. Are they doing one from Vegas? Don would know.
I don't know if they're doing one from Vegas this year.
Brisk brought everything. I don't know if Mittens will be awake in time.
I mean,
yeah,
they don't wake up until 4 o'clock. Then they start drinking till 4. It's 12 hours of drinking. I mean, it's like the Goon minimum, 12 hours of drinking. And you go to bed at 4 a.m. and then you wake back up at 4 p.m.
Yeah. Also, Boston Eve Meet's happening in December, so
Boston Eve Meet.
Yes, that is an Eve Meet. I will be going. So.
Did you invite the Kraft family?
No.
Okay.
I do know someone who knows them, but I don't know. I don't want to get arrested in a massage parlor. So.
I know. So I was gonna say, is he gonna bring his masseuse? All right, well that's fantastic. Shit's dying in Eve, and we're part of it. Woohoo!
Nice.
How many dreads would you say have died so far?
I think 7 or 8 Horde ones have.
What has been the reason for them dying?
It's your Numi not knowing how to run a home defense suite. That's my.
Most of all,
okay, so it hasn't been due to the sites, the new sites.
I haven't been on any of them. I've been very busy this week, so I just basically look at Discord, log in a couple times, and plus it's an AUTZ, so I'm asleep. The best person to ask about that would be Luke or Shivo, or the Init folk, because Init are gods when it comes to Kikimoras.
I also heard that some of the carriers that died were actually Ichi's own carriers, so it's not even that the people who get caught are too slow to say anything. I mean, he's literally the one being caught and literally the one forming to defend himself.
Hold up. Soft. The story with Ichi's carrier was Ichi gated his carrier ahead of his hack fleet. That's what I got told, is Ichi gated his carrier and that's how it died.
Ichi, come on. Didn't I teach you better? Like, just a bit.
You know what? Traders die first. That's always my rule. So, sucks to suck. You joined the wrong side.
I just counted. It's about 28 dreadnoughts have died since Wednesday.
Damn.
Which I believe on Tuesday I called out that we were going to lose 25 dreadnoughts in the first week, and I was right. Suck that one, bitch.
How many Goon ones have died, actually? I'm curious.
think any of it. We'll check again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we've saved like 3 of them. Like, we've been pretty damn good. Also, emphasis, Karma Fleet is recruiting. Just gotta make sure that gets said. I've totally not been paid.
Who let him be in here unmuted?
There are no groups on this that I can see. Unless it's a group I don't recognize, but I didn't see any bees or anything that looked like one of our allies.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. I started out with a good morning, so it's just rolling.
Another thing going on this week is Wrecking Crew's been fighting all of fucking Pappy, and the Bat Phone Wars have begun, so... Fucking... Pappy is not dead. Anyone who says that is a liar.
Is it Pappy or just versions of Pappy?
No, it's still it's Pappy minus Frat.
I'll be right back.
You gonna get any more soup?
This week we go to a fucking Fort Timer in Amencia, and let's see, it was like 360 hacks, NCPL, basically everyone from the lore all showed up versus Goons and RC. So Pappy minus
because
Frat.
Pappy still, of course it is, because Pappy still exists. Like,
oh no, it's not gonna die until fucking Test dies. So Test is next.
Test is eventually.
And I'll kill whoever gets in my way. Like, that's just the fact of it. If XIX wants to be the Test's new meat shield, I'm perfectly for it. Like, Constantine can continue being their meat shield.
What do you think of? What do you guys think of the assumption that we would help AOM in an AOM frat war?
I won't speak on this.
And because a lot of the baddies think that we would help AOM since we rather have them as neighbors. I personally am happy to see either one of them, anybody, sit there and die.
There you go.
Okay, this is the one thing I will say. I feel like Mittens and Norris are very alike, so that's one thing you gotta think about. They're very, like, credit to Norris. Norris is a very smart individual. Like, I feel like they are alike in a lot of ways, but also different in a lot of ways. I know that Fulcrum was in Goons in the past. Like, I remember being on fleets with them in Space Islands. So it'd be interesting to see, but you also got to remember, like, AOM had that opportunity, like, hey, and they didn't, like, don't get involved in the war. We won't fuck with you, and they got involved in the war. So it's going to be interesting to see. But if AOM can't form subcap fleets like they fucking did against Fraternity and, like, can't protect their own supers, like, I haven't seen an AOM super being used since then, since they lost like 11 of them.
Well, 11 hurts these days.
Because you can't make more.
I blame CCP for that. I mean, I do.
Make dreads cheaper. Everyone's super cap fleet will be dead within a month. I'm telling you that right now.
I believe.
That's if they undock them, remember?
Okay, if not, I'll just throw dreads at everything. Like, make dreads cheap again, make carriers cheap. Well, actually, no, don't make carriers cheap again. Make dreads cheap again.
I love carriers.
No, because carriers are annoying to deal with in subcaps. Yeah, dreads can be too, but, like, you can outrange them, so, like, carriers are just annoying to deal with in subcaps. And so aren't fighters in general, but...
I could take a nap right now. Anybody else? Nap?
I'm back in bed.
You're back in bed. Are you coming to us live, like, from bed?
Yeah.
In Vegas?
Wait, Dawn, are you in Vegas right now?
Yes.
She is.
I heard a report that Goon was injured on the biggest dick in Vegas. Is this true?
More than likely, yes.
Was that big dick picture you sent us?
Yep.
Or was somebody got injured riding the big dick?
Yeah, probably last night, because they went over there after the pub crawl heading down Fremont Street. There's this place called the Nerd Bar. And what's really funny is we kept telling people, hey, we're meeting at the Nerd Bar. And people were like, what's it called? What can I put into Google to find it? What's the place really called? I'm like, no, it's called the Nerd Bar. It's got a bunch of video games and it's got a little bowling alley. And then it's got this bull riding pit. But the bull, instead of being a bull, it's a giant penis.
So
then they have a black one as well. That's like
so we're gonna
not
go
set
over.
up.
We're gonna go over your pictures. We're not gonna show them, but we're gonna go over your pictures. So you have this big picture. It looks like 3 giant street tacos.
Oh yeah, those were good.
Okay, those look really good, folks. I mean, to die for. Big limes to squeeze.
The tortillas,
Beautiful.
there's 2 of them with cheese in between.
Mm. And then she was drinking some drink with a giant dick swizzle sit. So, or was that a straw? I don't know.
It's a straw.
It's a straw. So
Yeah, so you have to put your mouth on the top to drink it.
on the what?
You have to put your mouth on the head to drink out of it.
Uh-huh. And then she sent us a picture of a giant purple penis that looks like people can ride it. So that looks like the injury-prone one. Then we have another picture of a bunch of bees flying on a wall, and they've all got, gas masks on. And then it looks like, were you playing Keno here? What the hell are you playing here? What? Bingo? What were you playing? I'm not sure. I can't.
Oh, yeah, that was the bingo hall that my mom went to, and I had to wait for them.
And then there's this beautiful looking steak with a couple of charred roasted peppers with them. Poblanos. Poblanos. They look very good.
I don't know, I didn't know.
And then she's got a picture. Is that Rain in the background there with somebody else and Nominate back there? And
Yep, and Domnark. And
is that Rain next to Nominate?
no, that is Aldani.
Okay, Aldani.
Rain and I were across from each other at dinner.
Okay.
Having a blast.
Bunch of goons hanging out, having dinner. So all of us who aren't in Vegas, it's very sad for us because we know how much
goons?
fun those
What?
are. And we're talking about the staff only pictures. We weren't showing them. We don't share. But, we're telling everybody about them.
Oh, right. That one.
You can share them. I don't care. Not me and any of them.
Well, also, you might not care, but some of the other people in there might. Right.
Yepers.
Since you're muted again.
Every time I freaking go to Discord and go look at things, then I mute up. Sorry, everybody.
Is this the point where we point out that you're using XSplit?
Yeah, but it's not an XSplit thing. It's something that's fed back from Discord somehow. I'll figure it out someday, folks. Anyway, great pictures from, hopefully you heard the picture stuff, but maybe not. Anyway, so we're going to, Mrs. Eric and I are going to a Halloween bash tonight. A friend of mine's turning 50, and his wife always has a big bash for him. We like it because she's a doctor and her last name is McCoy, so everybody calls her Bones. She makes the best Bloody Marys. And so we're going there. So this year we are going as a couple. So anybody out there want to guess what Mrs. Eric and I are going to be for Halloween? So it's a couple costume.
If you're going to the McCoy's house, why don't you dress up like the Hatfields?
Oh, that would be good. We never thought about that, but it's her maiden name, so it's more of a Scottish last name. But she's a doctor, so when she was not married, and she was a doctor. They called her Bones because Star Trek McCoy.
Well, yes, obviously.
So, but yeah, so But anyway, so we're going as a couple. But next year, Mike, that's a fantastic idea. We might do that. But this year, no, we're not. It is. It's probably a cartoon show that you all grew up and knew and loved. So there, I'll give you a little narrowing.
Well, I'm not going to know this at all.
No,
Nope.
because you weren't born when I watched Hanna-Barbera. Okay, so
I probably don't even know it.
we'll see. Flintstones. Okay, that was good. It's not the Flintstones, but that was my first choice because I'm sort of naturally Fred. Okay, Flintstone. But not the Jetsons. Sorry, but my wife goes to me. I'm not dressing as Wilma. She wears white. I don't wear white. Okay, and she hates that, right? So then So I said, okay, we're not doing the couple thing, and I just ordered something, right? And she yells at me when my costume comes in because she's like, well, I bought Wilma. Okay.
What the fuck?
She goes, you guilted me into it. She goes, you guilted me into it. I just said, do you want to do this? There's no guilt there. Like I'm like, and by the way, for this,
she said no, and you said that's
Jewish.
fine.
I said the only Jewish guilt in here that guilted you into being Wilma is your own. Okay, true story. I mean, we like kind of yell at each other and we laugh because it's like hilarious, the stupid shit, right? Because we've been married so long. It's not Addams Family. It is not the Jetsons. It is not Ren and Stimpy.
Cat Dog.
It is not the Smurfs. It is not HR Puffin stuff. Although that also HR Puffin stuff would have been very cool. Not Yogi Bear. Let me see. Boomer Energy. Yeah, get over it.
Oh, good old
Boomer.
Cat Dog.
Jetsons. What? Somebody said it. Oh. Dawn, you're on the right one. What?
Eric is going as Baloo the bear.
Yeah, it is something from Scooby Doo. You got to figure out who. Can't just say Scooby Doo.
Is that Fred and Wilma? Fred and Daphne?
It is Fred and Daphne. We're going as Fred and Daphne. I told my wife I'd make her a redhead eventually. So yeah, she said, yeah, Fred and Daphne.
We're guilted into it.
Yes, she's going to dress up as the conclusion to the story.
No. No. So yeah, so we're doing Fred and Daphne.
So, I teased McCloud earlier that we could talk about some New World stuff. So
I don't know. I don't know if anybody wants to hear about that shit.
Hey, never night shade. It's Daphne with an E.
Does chat want to hear it?
We want to hear it. I'm gonna have another chip.
I mean, really, do we do what the chat wants anyway? I don't think we ever do. But yeah, go for it, man. Like, I mean, if you want.
Go for it.
Me in the
Do you want to talk about economy? Oh, fucking hell.
No. I'm not going to talk about the economy because
you want to talk about GPUs, though.
River is going to yell at me that I'm full of shit and don't know what I'm talking about. You know, like all those news articles that she took apart earlier.
Oh, I see.
That was fun to watch. No, but you guys might have heard that some GPUs are dying, which isn't really new.
They have been dying for ages.
Yeah. And last week, Amazon actually put out a statement. Was it last week or even 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, I think.
Basically saying it's not our fault. Like, this is just a hardware issue and not a software issue at all. Like, it's not our fault at all. Right? Which, if you know what is actually happening there, isn't completely true. Also, Eric, you're muted again.
I know. I'm muted again. Tapping on Windows. I'm playing Windows.
So
it's better whatever I said not have actually gone out over the air.
But I've got to head out, so I might pop back in. But we're heading to where we're going for lunch today. So
Lunch. It's just eat and drink.
Dawn.
That's Vegas. Eat and drink. Eat and drink. Eat and drink.
brunch, lunch, whatever. Yeah. So I might pop back in a little while, but we're gonna be moving, so it's gonna get loud.
All right, Don. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun. Soth, you were saying?
Right. So, you guys have an NVIDIA GPU. You know that you can easily overclock them by setting the power limit higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can set it to usually up to 130%, and the GPU will then overclock automatically until it uses those that much power that you set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 130%.
Unless it hits hardware specific over current protections.
Yes. So all of that is automatic. All of that is part of the drivers. Now, New World is somehow triggering it in a way that the GPU is using more power than it was set to use. So if you set the power limit to, let's say, 120%, the card actually goes to 130 or 135%.
Only really seems to happen if you're pushing it in 4K.
Yes. It is definitely something that has to do with the resolution.
If you play with and it's funny because one of the content creators that showcased this was obviously Jay's 2 cents. And he found that when he was in 1080p, it was completely fine. It didn't over throttle,
right?
It didn't over throttle, but when he switched it to 4K, which to be completely honest, he had this weird thing going on where he was able to get 4K resolution when apparently he says he wasn't using NVIDIA's what the fuck is it called? Dynamic Super Resolution DSR?
DLSS, yeah.
Not DLSS, it's Dynamic Super Resolution DSR. It's when you can basically run higher higher resolutions on than the native on your for the screen that you're running. So for whatever reason, he was saying that he didn't have DSR on, but he was able to switch to 4K in game, which is really weird because I tried that myself and I couldn't get it to do that on mine. Yet when I turned DSR on, I could. So I don't know. He never showed. I don't think he did. I can't remember if he actually showed the DSR kind of menu and the drop down box to show. But he was just but trust us, guys. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
So yeah, as you said, it also has a lot to do with resolution. But if you have one of these GPUs, we are talking 3090s and 3080s here, then you are very likely also have a 4K monitor, because if you put down 2,000 euros on a GPU, yeah, you probably got a 4K monitor. Come on. Right? And the thing is, the fix that Amazon put in to keep this from happening was a frame rate limiter. But the frame rate doesn't really go that high at 4K, right? There's a lot of load on the GPU. It takes more power than it should. And then there's an extra bug that when you close the game, being it you closing it down yourself or it crashing, which can happen because your GPU is overclocked to the max right now. And for a second or a fraction of a second, the load on the GPU actually increases for a short time. and that's what kills the GPUs, right? Because it now needs
Probably because
even
that
more
frame
power.
It's probably because that software frame rate limiter that they had kind of dies along with the various different process stacks
Could be,
for a moment.
right? So at that point, the GPU needs even more power. The amperage can't go higher, and in return, the voltage goes up. That's just how it works, right? Yeah, and high voltage kills parts of your GPU. That's not news, right? And
you run too much voltage through something that's not rated for that amount of voltage, then yeah, it will kill.
yeah, and the first one that died were the ones that had shoddy soldering. Because I mean, of course, if you have shoddy soldering, that's going to die first, right?
Yeah, and he came out with a statement to that effect. You know, they said, you know, some of the first run 3090 for the win GPUs that they came out with did have an engineering or a manufacturing defect where the soldering was shoddy.
Yes, but there have also been some gigabyte cards dying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only fix there is right now, if you have a 3090 or even a 3080, is probably to play at 1080, I guess, or to set the power limit to like 80%. But I mean, yeah,
Not Amazon's
right.
fault. Nope.
So a lot of people who would say that, like, you know, oh, Amazon saying it's not their fault because it's software or because it's, you know, they code their stuff to certain specifications that are set by by the card manufacturers and the driver manufacturers. And that software can't kill a card because software can only go to a certain point, and there should be sort of hardware limiters. And people generally, the people who refute that generally tend to sort of point towards things like Stuxnet and even what the fuck is it called?
I'm just going to say
A program called Fermark, because Fermark was a like a graphic intensive benchmarking program that people used to use.
Well,
The
still
only thing
is.
was that, and still is, but the thing is, a lot of companies now see that as actually a what they consider to be a power virus software. Essentially, the what they're trying to say there is it's coded in a way that actually is sort of kind of malware. In effect, it
Well,
breaks
it's
through.
coded.
It breaks through sort of software related fail safes that from the driver kind of level.
No. The issue with Fermark is it's made in a way to put maximum load on every part of your GPU, right? And a GPU usually isn't designed for maximum load all the time on every part.
So does anybody here or in the audience remember when Linux first came out?
But I mean, I know I don't.
So when you did the initial install of Linux, there was actually an equation that you had to go down, and if you calculated your equation correctly, you had the right parameters for whatever video card you had in your system. If you did the calculations incorrectly, Linux would blow out your video card.
Jesus Christ!
Fun.
Okay, and I mean, and think about this: it's just Linux, right? It's just going to be X Windows. It's just X Windows. Or text,
are you
right?
intelligent enough? Are you intelligent enough to run Linux? Yes.
Yeah,
then you get to keep your system. No, you get to blow up the GPU.
I mean, we had 4 engineers in there on the first install, quadruple checking everything, and making sure all the calculate, because we were installing this. I think it was a 386 at the time. Might have been a 486, might have been 286. It was one of those, right? And that was when video cards first were a thing, right?
Yeah.
You didn't really have them until then. Those were like the first video only cards, and you could Linux could do this exact same thing.
Yeah.
When 256 RAM was all anybody was ever going to need to run in there. Linux is amazing now.
You went to 3 figures on the RAM. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, 3 figures on the RAM, right?
I think the oldest I have here is a Pentium 2. In the slot-in card.
I remember when I wanted an additional hard drive, 20 gig hard drive in my PC, and you couldn't add by plugging it in. You actually had to put it in one of the card slots. It was a hard drive on a card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, kind of in a sense with NVMe cards and stuff like that, and PCI Express slot cards like PCI Express solid state drives,
This is
you have that back
pre-PCI.
again. Yeah, I know, but you have that back again. Like it's kind of like a slot-based slot-based hard drive, like back again.
Well, when you look at a lot of the the blade chassis, right? You have a blade chassis and you plug 10 hosts in it, right? Plug them right in.
Yeah. But anyway, back onto the whole, Amazon can't code for shit thing.
It's not ideal.
A lot of people, a lot of people state that, like, it's it is Amazon's fault because it is possible to code software that breaks hardware, because obviously you have things like Fermark that can break a GPU.
There was
regularly
also
break a GPU, but there's also
McLeod,
things like
McLeod,
stuck.
you're missing this. Nobody at Amazon wakes up every morning and says, "You know what? I wanna break somebody's video card today." It's not their fault.
Eric, of course people wake up at Amazon to do that because, one, they don't have, a "don't be evil" motto at
that
Amazon,
they got rid of,
right? And also it's, you have to buy into the idea that, like, clearly they will want to break your GPUs because then they get GPU sales on Amazon, right?
There you go. Oh,
Like,
that's
that's the reason why. You see, it's all connected. It's all connected in the
that's
in the mind
Jassie's
of
new profitability model
and
for
often
the website.
it's all connected in the mind of the conspiracy theorist.
All
and of
connected.
course, they are only breaking 3090s and 3080s because those have the highest margins.
Oh,
Exactly.
I see.
Yeah. It's got nothing to do with anything else. Like, nothing to do with anything else that we're about to talk about. Like, has any meaning or any reason, to affect this kind of this conspiracy theory in any way, shape, or form. But
Amazon workers do sleep.
By the way, since someone was saying, imagine finding GPUs to buy on Amazon.
Yeah,
I can get you any GPU you want. It's just double the price. Germany has
and you have
all the stock, right? It's just that the prices
all the
are
stock.
inflated to hell.
So you guys are freaking hoarding everything.
Yes,
Holy
we have
crap.
them.
Can you send me over some Motorola G7 powers? I need like 20. Can you do that for me? Seriously, I need some.
Yeah, but
I'll have another jalapeno.
Are you hoarding it because you're trying to do that whole, like, Earth 2 like simulation thing?
I mean, I can look right now if you tell me which GPU and I give you a prize.
Well, the thing is, so this is kind of where I want to go with this as well. Is like I wouldn't actually pay money for a 3070 or a 3000 series card at all, because unfortunately, one of the things that has been sort of is noticed by people who are in the know with regards to GPUs is that NVIDIA aren't exactly scrupulous about making perfect GPUs. People may think like, oh, it's NVIDIA, they can't do any wrong. Well, NVIDIA's have done Nvidia has done a lot of wrong to a lot of people, for a long period of time, and they continue to do so. Just because there was some manufacturing defects, for some EVGA cards, doesn't mean that the specifications given to card manufacturers or sort of aftermarket card manufacturers, for in order to in order for them to sort of make the cards and have them labeled as 3090, 3080, 3070, that kind of stuff. Just because they can come up with these specifications doesn't mean that those specifications are perfect for what they want them to do. It's kind of quite obvious by by a lot of people who look at these things in a very detailed way that the 30 series is overpowered from a specification standpoint. And also the overcurrent protections that they have, the hardware overcurrent protections they have on the card, on the actual PCB, haven't been actually set up correctly to protect the board.
But I feel like you can't just fault Nvidia for this, right? Because they keep putting in new ways for overcurrent protection, to limit the power that goes into the card, and then the
it'd be nice if
overclocking people come in
nice.
and circumvent all of that, right?
No, but in order to circumvent the overcurrent protection, the on-card hardware overcurrent protection, they have to literally go in and remove those chips. They don't do that. Like, the hardware overcurrent protection should stop any literal hardware, like any increase in power to certain areas of the board. Very much like very much like. I mean, if you want a sort of layman's kind of a sort of example of like what this should be, like it's essentially the equivalent of having a fuse in a socket, for your toaster, right? If there's a surge in the power, it should be the fuse that blows. It shouldn't like fry the circuitry in the toaster and leave the fuse completely fine.
Are you going to tell that Apple?
Sorry?
Are you going to tell that Apple?
What? What's to do with Apple?
Apple has that same issue on some of their MacBooks where the
I
fuse
don't care
doesn't
about
blow.
Apple. I don't give a fuck about Apple. Apple may have their own issues. That's fair enough. But we're talking about GPUs. We're talking about Nvidia's specifications that they send over to aftermarket kind of or card manufacturers. Like
it's also
they designed the specifications for it.
So the bigger issue there is that since Nvidia is now also selling their Founders Edition, right? They are setting the price for the cards. The AIBs need to go close to that price, or they risk not selling anything at all because everyone will just buy the Founders Edition, right? So they have to use cheap components, otherwise they can't make any money. And I mean that's what they're there for, right?
You know what? They're just
they have to push the envelope.
Profit
the thing
first.
is,
they can't be considering profit over quality products.
They have to push the envelope. Yeah, but like that's.
But Eric, we aren't talking about maximizing profit. We are talking about actually making any profit at all.
They should be happy to break even.
But this is just Nvidia. Like this isn't a Amazon forced these card manufacturers to make cards that are, much too performance based rather than safety based. This is Nvidia that's doing this. This is Nvidia who's designed the specifications that basically said they're like, you can't really with quality components can't go past this, and create a more higher performing product, at a competitive price. Like this isn't Amazon that's creating this issue.
I thought Amazon was blowing up everybody's cards.
Well, this is the thing, Amazon are just Amazon still, when it comes to sort of the product that they make, are still coding it to specifications that are given to game designers, game publishers, game manufacturers. Like
That's
they
the
still
thing,
work
though.
to the same sheet.
Are they?
Well, I mean, you would think so, because
no other game has this weird issue where it's
no other
actually...
game. You're saying that no other game has blown up a 3090.
No, I'm saying that I don't know of another game where the GPU actually goes way above the power limit for extended periods of time.
How would a car die if it didn't do that?
Well, if the power is spiking, then it could do that.
But then that would logically, what would be going on there is the power usage suddenly spikes up.
Yes, it goes
power
up,
usage
up and down
go
really
beyond
fast.
would go beyond the rated specification, which is kind of what you're saying about what's going on with Amazon's product, right? With New World is it's going past specifications.
But on top of that, it also goes beyond the specifications when it comes to the power limit. And it would be interesting to know what's causing that, right? It's not...
Yeah.
So what I really don't like about it's not our fault. It's like, yeah, sure, it might not be your fault, but you are still the one in the best position to find out what's happening, right? Why this is happening, and how you could avoid this.
Well, you could also say the same for the the few cards that have died from playing Alien Isolation. You could also say the same thing to Activision Blizzard, who have had cards 3090s die in Overwatch. You could also say the same to Rockstar as well, who have had 3090s die to GTA. Like, you're gonna have to have that same conversation. You're gonna have to have that. You're gonna have to have that same conversation with those game designers, those software manufacturers as well.
Well,
and
yeah,
we can't hear you, Spanks.
Hey, didn't we start this conversation blaming Amazon, and now we're like blaming Nvidia or the card manufacturers? Did we go full circle?
I'm not saying that Nvidia isn't to blame here. Like,
yeah, what did I walk into here?
There we go. Hey, Spanks.
Hey, Spanks.
Howdy.
We're on the show.
I know we are. Hello, Push Talk fans.
Yay! You got the OG Spanks here.
Original gangster?
I got called original gangster this morning, so it's your turn.
Yeah.
The difference is I didn't know what it meant, but my son did.
But the thing that I was saying though, is that Nvidia cards dying to stuff, especially to overcurrent issues, are not entirely single to just New World, and aren't entirely singled out to just the 3090s. Like, you've had 20 series die. You've had, in actual fact, the one series of cards that I haven't heard really any kind of issues with it whatsoever are the 10 series. And I've got a 1070. Like, I've got an aftermarket MSI 1070 gaming 8 gig. And I've been running New World for fucking ages.
Hey, I got a 5600. You know how smug I am about that?
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, I don't know what the hell I got. Just that Soth told me what to buy, so it's running just fine.
But that's the thing. Like if it was an issue with New World overall, it wouldn't be related. It wouldn't be, just it wouldn't be a problem with just certain types of cards. And the reason why it's an issue with only just certain types of cards is because it's a NVIDIA based specification issue. One of the guys which you should know called Buildzoid. I don't know if do you know about the.
I know
Buildzoid?
Buildzoid, yeah.
Yeah, he's done breakdowns of cards that have had issues with Amazon's New World, and he's found that it's not really a software based issue; it's entirely a hardware based issue because NVIDIA don't configure their onboard
but
overcurrent protections properly.
That was not my point at all. My point was Amazon shouldn't run around just yelling it's not our fault, because that doesn't help anyone, right?
Soth,
I think everybody running around saying it's entirely Amazon's fault doesn't help anybody either.
So I have one quick thing to say. -1 Elise Randolph Dread.
Damn!
He got ganked by Inner Hell, and I just found it fucking hilarious. The first thing I checked once I finished my quiz is, Elise died. What?
What was he doing
never
in
mind.
a Dread?
He was doing the new crab sites.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, crabbing.
Rip Elise.
Yeah, they might kick him for that. I mean, it's PL, so
He got a case of the crabs.
no.
I mean, in all fairness, when we're talking about PL, Elise is probably one of the more chill and more kind of enjoyable, much more enjoyable members of PL. I get along with him very, very well.
Oh, thanks
He's
for
a
reminding
pretty
me.
chill dude.
I actually remembered that there is some Eve stuff today.
Wait, we have Eve stuff?
We have Eve
Really?
stuff, yeah. Today...
I heard that there was going to be controversy. I mean, I thought that there was going to be controversy about the crabbing sites, but then there doesn't seem to be controversy about the crabbing sites. So
there is controversy today, but not about the crabbing sites. So
what the fuck?
Today is going to be the last round of the Alliance Tournament Opens, which are open practices, and today it's going to be the final 8 teams. And they are competing to win one of the new AT frigates.
Is this called the Soth Cup?
There's a new AT.
Soth Cup.
I'm so gonna call the next one for Anger Games Soth Cup.
Do you drink from the Soth Cup?
Yeah. If you win, you do. It's who can yell at the most pilots all day and win. That's the Soth Cup.
By the way, I muted myself again. It's so sad when I said all
the elixir that is contained in the Soth Cup basically allows you to shout at the top of your lungs without ever sounding hoarse for an entire day.
To make pilots better.
Yes.
So the thing is that
cup that penetrates the shield. Oh, sorry. What?
No. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is Dune weekend. Come on.
No spoil. I was about to say no spoilers, but I mean, I watched the old movie. I read the books. So
yes,
we're going tomorrow morning.
Well, have fun.
It's a family excursion. We have certain requirements. Coke slushies. Popcorn, unlimited. Popcorn.
This is one of the rare
little reclining seats.
This is one of the rare book adaptations where I am happy that they didn't make one movie into one book, one book into one movie, right?
Yeah.
Because if you actually read the Dune book, the first one, some of it is a bit rushed, right, and wouldn't work as well in a movie.
Well, those are the days that Herbert wrote right after he took a hit of coke.
As one does.
Right.
He went a little faster in those parts.
So yeah, apparently you didn't know that there's new AT frigates.
No, I didn't.
How do we go from
Yeah.
Dune to AT frigates? I mean, really, how do we make that jump?
I don't. I mean,
Are they
there's jumps
versions of
happening
the-
in Dune, and there's jumps happening in Eve.
Okay.
Are there so just thinking critically about like what the new AT frigates are going to be? Are they a variant on the
Ornithopters.
no, what is it? Not the trig, but the other side.
Guild Highliners.
I don't think we know
I can't remember the,
oh,
okay.
what
You don't know.
we're
We're not.
getting.
Oh, okay. So you just know.
We
that
just
we're
know
getting
it's a frigate. And the thing is, you know, in the olden days, the only way to get an AT ship is through the actual AT, right?
Mhm.
So this is an exception where you can actually get an AT ship through just skirmishes, as it is. Because even teams that are no longer in the AT can still compete in these open practices. For example, Test is playing today. So that there is a chance that Test, who are no longer in the AT because they got kicked out, can win one of these AT ships. And some people are really mad about this because it's never done. It was never done this way before, and apparently Eve players are really scared of change.
No.
I'm gonna make an assumption that the new sort of the new frigates are going to be a variant of the Skybreaker Edencom frigates.
No, I don't think so.
People
It's
fucking hate me.
probably Modus Legion stuff.
Oh, why so?
Because Modus Legion is
Cool.
the benefactor of
Worthwhile.
this year's AT.
Oh, okay. Right, fair enough. I was just thinking because previously it was like you know, it was you know, it was the
Spit it out.
I'm just trying to fucking find it. God damn it. Yeah, it was. Sorry, it was. I was just trying to fucking. I was trying to find it because like I haven't been fucking playing for a while, so you know certain things kind of, you know.
I know what you were looking for. You were looking for the name of your favorite ship. It's called the Saber, McLeod. Come on, you know this.
It is
Yeah.
it is a favorite of mine for sure. The last time they did like you know AT kind of tournament based prize ships and stuff like that, as far as I remember, it was Triglavian based stuff, right? That's why I was thinking it was going to be Edencom this time. But it makes sense that there was. It makes sense that it's, you know, from what you said, it makes sense that it's going to be.
They didn't have
you know,
AT ships in the last AT.
Oh no, it was skins or something.
Yeah, it was only skins and plaques.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
I think it's been some time.
It's been a little bit for me as well. Not fucking remembering certain names of things.
You're getting old, McLeod.
I'm getting old. I'm getting senile, dude. Like, it's just getting real. Oh fuck.
So, I mean, Spanx, you're here. right?
Yes, I am.
I mean, do you have anything to talk about?
What's been on your mind?
The current flavor that I'm playing right now is New World. Having a good time. I got a 3-week late start, so I'm only level
That's cool.
32, but I've only been playing for like a week. So I
He's
think I'm
playing
doing
for a
good.
week and he's 32. I've been playing for 3 weeks. I'm like 20.
Well, I haven't really. I've just been questing hard. Like I've been trying to stay away from crafting and gathering, and I'm just going from quest to quest to quest to quest, upgrading my gear as I go through the auction house. It's getting a little tough because I'm doing quests that are above my level. Just trying to catch up to everyone is really all I've been doing. I don't know. Should I talk about the drama that was the something awful goons?
Oh God,
There was drama.
you probably know a bit more about that than I do, with having an actual access to
Hold on.
something
Hold on.
awful account.
We're good. It's
forum
the drama
account.
section. Hold on. Gonna move back here. Okay, I'm in drama position. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was gone when all this went down, but I know the story decently enough. Let me park my character and get him into a good spot here.
All I know about it is sort of tertiarily, because we were kind of keeping apprised as to what other sort of goons were doing in the game, in that kind of sense. We had kind of we had a little bit of conversation, a little bit of we got in touch with like SA goons and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so yeah, and that's kind of the way to so there's a group, there's a specific Discord that was made up of the something awful goons. The name of that Discord channel was called Bad Games Crew.
Guys,
Yeah.
I don't want to freak you out, but everything is pink.
Oh, you just went pink. No, like you show on my screen. You're like, your little screen is pink. What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
You came out of pink. Then you're in.
Oh,
pink,
there we go.
And he's out of pink. I don't know what's going on.
I don't
You
know.
never do.
I mean, shut up,
It's
horrendous.
it's Smuggler Seal's milkshake does bring all the boys to the yard. But,
Well, it's October.
keeps
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month here. All the little Pee Wee football players wearing pink. I got my pink on today. I got my pink, and you're going in and out pink. It's just part of the program. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just roll with it.
Horrendous
Anyway,
is here. He's gonna. I don't know.
It's an old codec problem.
Anyway, you were saying, Specs.
Yeah. So this channel was called Bad Games Crew. Now, it was one of many channels. There were a lot of channels. It was actually a part of what they called the Goon Discord network. There was a page that you could go to, and it had all of the Goon affiliated Discords. What was cool about it was you could join those Discords, and it would automatically auth you based on your something awful username. You could bring friends in with you, but you had to talk to the moderator and vouch them in. So it was super cool. And I've been using this Goon Discord network for years because, games for, just like Atlas and games that are slipping my mind right now, Last Oasis, and all of these games that we play. And typically the life cycle of a game is we get a big, fun goon rush into the game launch, right? And then the game will then survive for 1 to 3 months, depending on how good the game is. So then all these Discord channels would pop up to support these games. So you'd, like when Dual Universe launched, when Starbase launched, there's been so many games over the past few years. So you could literally, like, as a game was approaching launch, you could go to either the SA website and find out which Goon Discord network you needed to be in to link up with all the other goons to play the game, or you could be in one of the channels that started to sort of predominantly rise to the ranks within the Goon Discord network was called the Bad Games Crew. It actually got to the point where a lot of the coordination for games that we were going to play were actually being had in that channel. When in New World, because New World has been in development for so long, the original thread in SA was so old that it had to be updated. Well, they decided instead of making a fresh Discord for New World, that they were just going to direct all of the traffic for New World to the Bad Games Crew Goon Discord, and they did. The Discord blew up. I mean, normally there was there was about 500 people in there, and with a pool of 500 people, you could, on a game launch, you could get 10 to 15 people online at any one time, right? With that kind of a population. Well, overnight, this Discord blew up. It like thousands of people poured into this one Discord.
Damn.
And the rush of people on top of the moderator who was moderating the channel, and it just catastrophically failed. It failed so hard that the guy who created the Goon Discord network kiboshed the whole thing. He canceled everything. He canceled all the channels. So in a matter of days, an entire Discord community was wiped out. It was just incredible. But yeah, it was just so much drama, so much baloney. Basically the gist of the story is the guy who built it also thought that entitled him to being the in-game leader, basically. And obviously some other people, a majority of other people saw it differently. And so in retaliation, he just nuked the whole community. And you're talking, there must have been 5,000 to 10,000 people that use this, if not more, that use this Goon Discord network. So it's no longer, it's all been swept under the rug. So
That fucking sucks.
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, it was such a cool community because, as these games were coming out, we could, as goons, we could, coordinate with each other and get some in-game activity going and try and, I mean, obviously the best part of a game, if you ask me, when a game launches, is to go into the game in force and just cause shenanigans, as much shenanigans as you can until the game becomes bland, and then we just kind of wait for the next game to launch. And that's how I've been playing ever since I left Eve. That's how I've been playing so for the last 5 some years, as a new game comes out, I'd go into the game in force with other goons and just have as much fun as we could have, and it's been a blast. I mean, it's been an absolute blast. But yeah, it's all. And we've got some other Discords that we're trying to get up, and there's actually a pretty decent one going here. But it's gonna take a while to rebuild this. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that does really kind of suck. But it's one of those things that I guess was going to eventually happen at some point or another, right?
Yeah.
So rather sooner than later.
And from what I understand, you probably know more about this than I do, McLeod. The remaining SA Goon group is going to be transferring to the server we're on, and merging or we're going to be able to work with them a little bit easier.
Yeah,
there's going to be like a merger of some type, or an alliance pack of some type.
Yeah, I imagine it's typically going to be sort of alliance based. Like, we all want to have our own flavor when it comes to our own respective communities. So,
but at least we'll be on the same server and sort of using the same comms and.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's happening. So, the Eve side of the house will be merging and playing with the SA side of the house very soon. So that'll be exciting.
Good to finally touch base with each other again, which is good.
So yeah, I guess that it's probably the biggest thing I had to talk about.
Hey, look, Horrendous is here.
Yeah, while Horrendous did appear, yeah.
Well, everyone is at Vegas, so no meetings, I guess.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Vegas right now.
No.
No, do not
fuck
do that.
Mm-mm.
Fuck that shit. Don't touch the poop.
As a matter of fact, I didn't do it for when 10 came out. I refused to press the button, and then eventually one day I had no choice.
Because
Yeah.
eventually you
The
just woke
thing
up,
is-
turned your computer on, and I was like, welcome to 10. Like, wait.
Yeah, and you're like, what? Like, I didn't press yes. Like, yeah.
The thing is that at some point, yeah, maybe, but I mean, it's a beta version at best right now. There's so many things not working correctly yet.
No, American software companies hate everybody, and then they go, "Why does everybody hate us?" Like, it's like, well, it's because you create products that are asinine. Like, the fuck. Like, if you made products that are actually that people enjoyed and didn't just tolerate because there was no other way, then
Yeah, why can't these American software companies be more like CCP?
Yeah, that's probably the worst example you could make. And well, he was asking for it, clearly. Oh, come
Apparently,
on.
Eric was muted again.
I'm muted again, so I'm not saying anything. So we're talking about American software companies. Everybody hates them. They hate everybody, right? So the story goes, one of my buddies in college, he sat on his bed one day, a little bit intoxicated, and said, "You know what? I hate everybody. And I have no friends." And then he passed out. And then we threw on him with Sharpies, but we didn't.
We've heard that story before, Eric.
Really?
Yeah, just like 2 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, you did. They didn't, because I muted myself. I was muted because I had to step away because I may have drank so much liquid today that might have needed to visit a particular room. Which I did notice that my wife has been in there because she has now changed the candy cane scented hand soap with the Wicked Woods scented hand soap. So I guess a few days, like a week before Halloween, we get the Halloween scented hand soap versus the
does your wife does that too, where the hand soap changes depending on the month and the flavor of the month?
Since last Christmas, we have had candy cane after candy cane. The foaming hand soap you got in there, right? So she keeps replacing it with candy cane, but now it's Wicked Wood scent.
It's because she bought too much of the candy cane stuff and needed to get it.
I like the candy cane. I'm good.
See, my soap changes with the season, right? So like if it's October, it'll be some pumpkin type.
The master bedroom changes more often than the downstairs restroom.
So my soap change.
You're not being euphemistic.
My soap change is when the soap is empty.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, well, I don't even have to change the soap. She just does it.
We also have
guys. I need to point out that being pink ain't easy.
Neither is being green. Now the Frankenstein hand tiles are also up in the bathroom as well, so the hand towels change. And we have the paper hand towels, which are fall leaves now.
Very nice.
Yeah. So we're all holidayed up. All our window candles are changed to green now, so they're green. We have our Atmos FX stuff up outside. We're all ready for Halloween.
Did you have to did you have to down tools and for all of the Christmas-based stuff to be like, oh crap, we need to do the Halloween stuff first.
The Christmas, Christmas stuff is on deck. Okay, make no mistake. The Christmas lights have been brought out of what we call the Christmas room downstairs. So I have a full basement.
Yeah, you have a specific room. Yes,
they're being acclimatized.
Yeah. So they have to adjust to the humidity and the temperature in the house, right? No, so I have an attached garage, so I have a full basement beneath there, right? So we have technically there's like 2 bedrooms, a full bathroom, and almost a full kitchen, except for a range type area down there. Nice wet bar, and a fireplace, whole deal. So, but with a one room, we have task. It is the Christmas room. You have to understand. I grew up in a family who owned Hallmark stores. Okay, we have a lot of Christmas ornaments. We were at dinner last night, and my mother was telling my wife, we still have 7 more boxes of Eric's Christmas ornaments at our house.
We still have 7 warehouses full of Christmas
7
ornaments.
boxes, big, like 4 foot by 4 foot boxes. They're huge. We
Jesus.
You have to understand. We have to rotate the Christmas ornaments we put on the tree, and we have 3 or 4 Christmas trees.
Why do you have feet in your boxes with Christmas lights?
No. Those were just Christmas ornaments. My mother informed my wife that there are 7 additional boxes of my personal ornaments that I was given as a child growing up is still at my mother's house. Okay, we have a Christmas room where for storage of Christmas things.
Right, that only gets used once a season.
No, only a portion of it gets used a Christmas season.
Because he's rotating.
See the fear in my eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're going to have to put on an addition to your house just to store more Christmas shit.
No, there will be no more. I mean, the room's pretty full as it is. 7 more boxes will really fill it up, right? So
well, once the kids start going to college, then you'll have more room.
No, we don't have any more room. There's no more room.
I'm sorry. I do earlier this week.
I do a Christmas tree in the office. We do 2 Christmas trees up in the loft. We do another Christmas tree in the other room. I mean, these aren't like little baby trees.
Look,
I'm sorry. I was
more room in the inn, thus turning Eric's entire life into a Christmas metaphor.
Now,
I'm sorry, but like earlier this week, I was actually like looking at stats of population density, per capita versus the land area of various
density per square mile.
Yeah, essentially, right? You guys have enough room. Like, clearly, you guys have enough room.
If I want to go live in the Midwest where I brought my wife from, yeah, sure.
Your population per square kilometer is fucking tiny.
Flying into New York
in comparison to, say, the UK.
Yeah, you fly into New York and it's the apartment building after apartment building after apartment building for miles and miles and miles.
I got a house.
There's a lot of land in the U.S. that's not. I mean, it's just like farmland and stuff. Like it's not.
Oh yeah, we have farmland too.
Yeah, but your farmland doesn't export shit to like half of the northern hemisphere.
Yeah, because all of our farmland generally tends to be like, well, this shit is for us because like we don't have enough. Like fucking hell.
You're an island.
I know, that's why we export shit to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why the Russians wanted our wheat.
So sure, we can get rid of all of our extra farms, and then you can starve. Works for me.
But yeah, flying into New York's crazy. Like, you fly into my area, and it's like, hey, you got a lot of rural areas, But yeah.
This is Push to Talk, and Arendis is eating something.
Yep.
That's awesome.
He didn't tell us what.
Yeah.
Push to eat.
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo boneless chicken, like actual chicken wings. What are you eating, right?
It's the boneless chicken.
It's a boneless chicken. Like, not fake shit.
Well, it's processed shit. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I had some chicken nuggets today. They were good.
Hey, I think I fixed my pinkness.
I think you did. Let's hope so.
Nope,
you didn't.
Nope. I
You
didn't.
flashed. You had a flash
Sucks for
there.
you, pink boy.
Flash.
It's only in Skype. If I look at the direct output of the webcam, it's fine.
If you
It's
upgrade
just
to
Skype that's
Windows
doing
11,
it.
you'll be fine.
Oh no!
That's how they're pushing the.
That's
That's
right.
how they're pushing their people to go to 11. Is like
no,
your Skype will fuck up
no,
until the
McLeod.
point you.
It's even worse.
Oh God, really?
Hey, goody,
They
I
are
love Grease chicken.
They are breaking printers on Windows 10 so that they can then fix it in Windows 11.
There you go.
Oh, really? Okay, they're creating the problem just to sell you the solution.
Yep.
Fuck,
Yep.
fuck Microsoft.
Welcome to America.
Fuck Microsoft.
The
Bunch of fucking cowboys.
what were you doing? Yeah.
And not in the good sense either.
With being cowboys.
Let's see if this helps.
What the hell were we talking about? I don't even know. Oh, Christmas. Yeah, you know what? The Christmas lights, though, they are truly acclimating, because we have them cut specific to fit on the outside of the house. So yeah, they're ready to go. I mean, November 1st, baby, they start going up.
I think nothing less of you.
I was thinking though, if we left them
uh,
up early, we could, individually change each one. We could do like a green and purple all around the house for Christmas lights. That would be kind of freaky.
Did we get any word yet if there's going to be a meta show?
No, we didn't get any confirmation or.
They've said repeatedly over the last 2 weeks there is no meta show from Vegas.
Yeah.
But Brisk brought all this stuff. And I have nachos.
Maybe Brisk's gonna do some Rampage stuff, but Mittens ain't doing a meta show.
I'm just saying.
Well,
Yeah, last I heard
there's-
was
if there's no
Huh?
meta show, then as I still can't. Oh god damn it! Yeah, because one of you posted.
What
oh
are you talking about?
Right, so
Eve
yeah, Eve NT is going live right now with the last open practices.
Cool. We got 3 minutes left, so we have just time to do kind of one last thing. I'll post this up in the old. Cloud did it. Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Sorry?
All right, let's go around the horn with one last thing. We'll start with McLeod. Do reverse.
I'm just happy that although this did actually happen a while ago, but I am happy that now I am a moderator on the actual channel rather than some other random person called McLeod. For
You
about
got your little
6
mod
months.
decks back. Yeah, I see that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Certain people thought that that the person called McLeod, who isn't me, on Twitch, should have been a moderator on the channel. So we had some random person who had mod capability on the channel for like a few months, and thank God they didn't realize this and
Oh,
didn't
wow.
come in and fuck up the channel.
You had a doppelganger?
Yeah,
There
but
was
not as
somebody,
good looking as
yeah.
McLeod, though.
Because there was so many times where I came in, I was like, I still can't use the the various different bot commands to change various different things, like the stream name and what have you, right? And people were like, well, how can you not? Because like you've been put into you are a mod on the channel, and I'm like going like, I'm not a mod on the channel.
That's funny.
So
There's only
fucking
one.
Christ now.
There's only one McLeod.
Exactly.
There's only one.
There can be only one.
Exactly. There can be only one.
None of this planet is ice shit.
Anyway.
So McLeod's back to have all his power. She's happy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Spanks, you're up, brother.
Why?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a quest in Brightwood that I'm going to need your help on, McLeod.
Ah, okay.
That's all I have to say.
Brightwood. Oh, okay, I'm
Alright.
kind of close.
It's an elite bear, and you need to come help me kill this thing because it's a whooping my ass.
Oh yeah, I hate that fucker. All right.
All right. Soth,
Uh,
Mr. Chicken Soup.
yeah. That's my one last thing.
Let's
What?
hope.
Chicken Soup.
It is the fixer of many ails. Ailments.
Horrendous, my man.
I'm just gonna reiterate, none of this planet.
You're a little quiet. What?
I'm just gonna reiterate, none of this planet is ice shit. There was only one fucking movie. Deal with it.
Okay. I'm gonna say happy Dune weekend to everybody.
Yay!
Hopefully there will be more than one of those because they stopped it fucking halfway through.
I have, yeah. I do
People are
have.
angry about that, but you know,
Spoilers.
you know what happened? You know what? Like the fucking Lord of the Rings was 3 fucking films.
Yeah.
Yep. But
They-
Frank Herbert's Dune didn't come out in 3 volumes.
No, it's way more than that.
No,
Yeah.
the one fucking book didn't come out in 3 volumes.
Yes, but did you read that book?
Yes.
And you really wanted them to put all of that into one movie?
I'm fine with a 7-hour movie.
Honest, like Jesus fuck.
I'm streaming it. I can pause the shit whenever I need to.
We're going to the theater. We're not watching the stream version. We're going.
Jesus, 7 hours just sitting in a single chair in fucking cinema.
I think
Fuck
someone
that.
actually planned to do that. His name was
Robert Paulson?
Jodorowsky.
Oh, okay.
He was the first one who tried to make a movie, make Dune into a movie, and he went absolutely crazy about it. There's a documentary about it. I can really recommend it.
Oh yeah. About that. It was.
Yeah. I do have a couple two first edition Dune books. One is Herbert's, right? So the second book I have a signed first edition. I haven't got all of them yet. But I also have a first edition of the Dune Encyclopedia, which actually was a work by, I think, a professor and his graduate students to kind of define everything. It's Dune Encyclopedia is kind of an interesting read on certain things. And I do like a lot of the post books by Herbert's son that are pretty good reads. Excuse me. A few too many jalapenos, but yes. So I'm very excited about Dune. It's always been a disappointment to me to see the Dune failures that are out there.
I mean, is it really a failure? Because like if you actually see like Jodorowsky's movie obviously didn't happen, but all of the stuff that got reused for so many other movies, you can't really call it a failure. I mean, the Alien franchise alone, right?
I mean, you know what? I personally think that like there's not enough movies out there where you can see someone attempting to milk a cat. Okay.
Yeah. Attached to a rat. So yeah, I mean, it just the original Dune was kind of in the theme of when movie houses didn't think really that sci-fi would really sell. Right? They still weren't convinced of it. And it seems that we've come into the realm where sci-fi and fantasy do sell, right? We've seen enormous success. And by the way, just from a cinematography perspective and acting perspective, like Lord of the Rings, phenomenal. Right?
But Eric, you got to see it this way.
Still good.
They tried it the first time, and it was an absolute disaster, and they burned a shit ton of money on it, right? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, they are not going to give as much money to the next guy who's going to try it.
Yeah, but it looks like they spent some money on this one. and hopefully, my concern is it's going to be rated as a box office failure because it's being released streaming and box office at the same time. And I think this is one of those movies, much like Star Trek or Star Wars, right? Which just in the theater is just so much better than anywhere else you can put it, right?
I'm just going to say that if this thing in the theater is quote so much better than it would be on streaming, then take a fucking rubber to the theater, man.
I'm just saying, you know, I like
just
things on the big three.
Look at the cast list and and ask yourself one question: can these people turn in a bad movie?
I really believe they've picked a fantastic cast.
I see Denis Villeneuve, and I'm already excited.
Yeah. No. I don't think this is. I mean, I'm afraid of the perception, right? And then one of the reviews I read, since I was giving a little diatribe right here, right, is that, you know, hey, it's a setup movie. It's not really the movie you want to go see. And I'm sitting there going, all right, I suffered through Babylon 5, which I really enjoyed the story behind that tremendously, and it needed more money to be better. But I don't.
Well, they're
I
doing
don't
it again,
a setup.
so let's see what happens.
I know they are doing it again, right? And but I see this Dune movie. I don't mind a setup movie. You know, the first Lord of the Rings was a setup movie too, right?
This is a setup movie like Die Hard is a setup movie for Die Hard 3.
I think it's going to be amazing. The only thing is I don't want the perception of low cinema numbers to kill it, because I think, you know, it's going to have high streaming numbers.
I think they've already figured out. I think they've already figured out that they have to count in the streaming views as well.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just see what the perception is. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to see it tomorrow.
It's a good movie.
I'm super excited.
You will enjoy it.
Oh, Mac, your timing.
You've seen it already, Horrendous?
I'm good.
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because you can stream it, huh?
Yes, you will enjoy it.
Yeah.
You will enjoy the hell out of it.
Cool. I am very, very excited. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you see Dune. But yeah. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably be hungover, but I'll go see it. Because it's the only movie we could get really good seats that I wanted to see, because I wanted to be in really good seats to see it. So, because we have the theater with the reclining seats, they're heated, you know, all that good shit.
Oh yeah, they're good.
So yeah, we're going.
Good shit, yeah.
We don't fear the theater. All right, folks, that's about it for today. And understand that your movie critic, Horrendous, has already told you that this is an amazing movie. So go see it. All right. See you, everybody. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
We'll see, folks. We'll be back next week, which will be our pre-Halloween show. We'll see if we wear costumes. Probably not. All right, later.